AITA for being confused and apologizing? Just for a bit of context, I have started a new secondary school a week ago, and I live in the middle of nowhere, so on Monday I started getting a taxi provided by the council. Remember that the guy that takes me to school, he's really nice. After school he also picks me up, but today something different happened. I walked out the school gates and went to my usual waiting spot for the guy to pick me up. About 15 minutes passed and he still hasn't turned up. I called Mom. After another 10 minutes a blue car pulled up with the taxi stickers. The guy gets out the car and starts walking towards me. Instantly I go into panic mode. This wasn't the guy who usually picks me up. He stops and pulls his phone out. He says something that I couldn't understand because he had a really thick Indian accent. So I just say no, and he strolls past me going to the reception. 20 minutes later I'm still waiting, and I call Mom again. Had my dad ringing me too. At this point I'm stressed and on the verge of tears. Then after constant ringing back and forth, the guy comes back out on the phone with the council yelling at them that he still gets paid. At this point I'm crying and I walk to the reception. As I make it to the reception, the woman comes out asking me if that's my taxi guy. I say I can, also sobbing. She walks ahead and makes it in time before the guy leaves. I stand a fair distance. She says something to him and he starts yelling at me and her. The woman tells him to stop yelling and the guy still takes me. I'm in the backseat trying to calm down and not act like a 5-year-old. The reception is fed up at this point and asks if I want to call Mom. I say no and the guy drives off. I apologize like twice, and after he makes it out the car park he apologized. And I accept it, cause what am I supposed to do? He says like everyone makes mistakes. When we're halfway home he gets a call from the cab company. Just to add, my mom and I think the school made a complaint about him, and Isk the Pasha's man called and had an argument with him about if he's going to get paid or not. While they're arguing the guy on the other is like, the manager is gonna call you shortly after, as you yelled at multiple people. As they're arguing he goes past the road to get to my house. I say that he went past it, and I told him, so he goes down it, and we get to the bridge, a raised footpath more likely. My mom texted me to tell him to stop at the bridge because of the flood and she'll come and get me. We make it to the bridge. I say thank you and grab my bag and walk across. I had called my mom to know I'm there and she'll come get me. Then I called my bestie and explained the story to her. She thinks it's wrong for me to apologize, and so did my mom and dad and my grandparents. Is it also the council's fault? They never told us I was getting a replacement taxi for the afternoon? So AITA for being confused and apologizing?